All right, working overtime for you guys today. This is my fourth video, even though I don't really count music reactions because it's not very difficult to listen to a song you already like and then comment on it. I mean, it's like that's pretty easy. But I am going to do a short review on The One Rings, The Lone Lands, right? Tales from the Lone Lands. Now, what this book is, first off, it's got a great map there of Eriador. And again, it shows you the lost realms of Arnor and in Edwythe, the road to Dunland, Ereggian, just all of the places you might have heard of if you've ever read seriously into any Tolkien, especially like the Cimmerillion and you know, the Lord of the Rings. Some of this you'll recognize from The Hobbit because he left the Shire, traveled down the Great East Road, and crossed the mountains over the High Pass to the east of Rivendell, which is, part of this whole thing. He had to travel through the Trollshaws, which I believe might be where he met the three trolls. I'm talking about Bilbo, of course. To the north, you've got the Lone Lands, Rudar, the Ettenmoors, and of course, the city of Fornost and Numenos and the old witch realm of Angmar. So the realm of the Witch King. And then further north of that, the Faradway, which is pretty much tundra, you know. Like in Merps, there was a type of dwarf that you could play that come from up there. And they were basically like Inuits or whatever. They lived on the ice and everything like that. So what this book, lead writer Gareth Hanrahan, isn't that the guy that wrote a lot of Traveler stuff for Mongoose? Sounds familiar. Um, you get the introduction, and then you get a number of adventures that you can send your party on. You can send them on these adventures like uh, in order as they're presented. There's 6 of them, or you can send them any way you want. Like the first one has to do with some trolls that the party might have to take care of. The second one is messing about in boats. So the party is actually going to be messing around on the ocean or whatnot. Then you've got Kings of the Little Kingdoms. Then you've got the part where you go to Tharbad, the ruins of Tharbad, and that's a whole thing there. Then the next thing is called the Wonder of the Northern World, where you end up going to the Vale of Gold, yay, which is like an old dwarf hall or something. And then the last one is Quest of Amon Garuthos. This one is really hard because you're going to be up near Angmar. You're going to have to travel across frozen lands and crossing the ice. It's going to be really hard. It would be better to do these adventures mostly in the order they're presented because the characters could at least advance and gain a couple dice here and there so that they don't immediately just die as soon as they go north to Amon Gorothus. But hey, you're the GM. You do it how you want. Every location in this book has a complete write up all about it, why it's there, what's going on there. All the NPCs are, given little portraits described along with like their distinctive features, how they act and stuff like that. And then all of the adventure locations are mapped out completely. So, I mean, as I always say, just an amazing work by Free League. I can't really say enough about it. I mean, they really do push the art way above pretty much any other company right now that's making games. Like nothing Wizards of the Coast is doing can compare to this. Nothing. And then, of course, if you're wanting to talk about being a Tolkien fan, well, here you go. This is the game for the Tolkien fan. If you are a Tolkien super fan, you love Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, the world, everything about it, and you're playing some other fantasy role-playing game, it is my suggestion, you don't have to take it, but it is my suggestion that you actually pick this game up and play it. I mean, if you're going to play a halfling or a hobbit, you might as well play a halfling or a hobbit from the Shire. If you're going to play a wood elf, well, you might as well play a wood elf from King Thranduil's realm in Mirkwood. If you're going to play a dwarf, maybe play one of the great nephews of Durin. And then don't worry about orcs and whether or not they're loving parents or anything like that, because this is Lord of the Rings, not Rings of Power, which is trash. And in this game, orcs are evil. They're creatures of shadow, slaves to the darkness. They're not the only thing you're going to find, though. I mean, there's tons of there's like a whole bestiary between the trolls, wights, orcs, oryx, giants, etc. I mean, worms, dragons, the undead. There's just so much going on here. So this, of all the adventure books that have come out, this is the one I would run first. And I would try my best to run it in the order that they suggest. Or if they wanted to skip one, I'd try and get them back to the other, by hook or crook, without, without railroading them, because I hate railroads. But I would try to do that so that they could gain the experience with the game and their characters could, get a little bit more powerful before they encounter the truly horrendous, horrific stuff that awaits them. Again, I'm not going to give you details. One, because players watch this, including my players. So I'm not going to go into detail about every little thing. And two, I don't want to steal the joy, the excitement, the happiness that you will probably derive from reading through this book yourself. Also, just because I read it and I got out of it what I got out of it doesn't mean you're going to get out of it the same thing. You might be way more interested in certain parts of it that I'm not. And that is okay, man. That is okay. Different players, different GMs have different tastes about whatever. And I say you lean into it and you do you, right? That's just my opinion on the situation. Don't worry about it. Now, there's a couple of adventures in there I'm really excited to run, and a couple I'm kind of a little bit terrified to run because I'm just not sure how it's going to go, But hey, those is the breaks, right? Those is the breaks, kid. So if you are going to play the One Ring, in addition to picking up the starter set, which is really good, and the core book, also really good, and the GM screen, amazing, and it comes with the Rivendell stuff. This, I think, is the best of the 3 source books that have come out, just because it gives you 6 different adventures scattered throughout the northern part of Eriador. And if anyone in your group is playing like Rangers of the North, Wardens, and stuff like that, this is going to be right up their alley, because they're going to be up there trying to push the darkness, the shadow back away from the Shire. I mean, not that any group could do it. Any group can do this, But if you have Rangers in your group, this is going to be their bread and butter. That said, yeah, 10 out of 10, as always. I mean, Free League makes wonderful, high quality product, and I can't say enough about it. And peace and love, guys. If you're a Tolkien fan, as I said, this game was made for Tolkien fans. This is what you probably should be playing if you're a hardcore Tolkien guy. And even if you're not, it's just a great game. See my other reviews. Until next time, I'm ending it here. And peace and love. God bless and good gaming.